so we are going to start on chapter 11, the last chapter for this semester. So endocrine system, very closely related, works with your nervous system. We'll actually kind of look at ways that they are very closely related. Main goal with your endocrine system is to maintain homeostasis, keep levels, hormone levels normal, not out of whack, things like that. There are certain times in your life where there is surges of hormones. Puberty would be one, pregnancy would be one. And then as you get older, there may be, instead of a surge of hormones, there's a drop in hormones. Commercials about men taking testosterone. If you have a hysterectomy, you may have to take estrogen. So these hormones are very important in keeping your body normal. It's made up of cells, tissues, organs, and all of these are going to secrete different kinds of hormones into your body fluids. Most of these hormones are going to go and end up in your bloodstream, which is why a lot of times they can do a blood test. Sometimes a urine test, a pregnancy test can be, if you buy a home pregnancy test, that would be taken through urine. If you go to the doctor for a pregnancy test, they may use urine, they may use blood. So these hormones go through your bloodstream, and then they act on specific target cells that might be far away from where those hormones were produced. The body has two kinds of glands, exocrine, and they are going to secrete into a specific duct. So those hormones are going to pass through a duct, where actual endocrine glands secrete products directly into a fluid, so directly into the blood. They don't actually have a duct that it goes through. Other types of cell secretions, paracrines, are going to affect something right around them. So a paracrine is going to be secreted, and then the area that's directly around it is affected by their secretions. And an autocrine actually is going to be a gland or an organ that secretes a hormone for itself. It doesn't send it somewhere else. So, characteristics. Like I said, nervous system, endocrine system, there's similarities, there are differences. We're going to look at both. The endocrine system function is to communicate with cells using hormones, where your nervous system uses nerves or nerve cells. Endocrine glands and their hormones are going to regulate all sorts of metabolic processes that occur in your body. Thyroid gland, your actual body calorie metabolism. Your thyroid is very important in that. The actions of these glands are very precise. They go to specific places, and they go right to their target cells. So the target is where they end up, where those hormones should end up. And here is a table. It shows nervous system versus endocrine system. So types of cells, the nervous system has neurons. Endocrine, a lot of the cells are epithelial cells. Signals are sent by a neurotransmitter in the nervous system. It's sent by hormones in the endocrine system. Specificity of response. There's receptors that pick up things in the nervous system. It's on a cell, postsynaptic cell. In the endocrine system, those receptors are found on the targets, or the target cells. Nervous system works quickly all the time, where your endocrine system, some of it works very quickly and some of it's very, very slow. It may take hours for that hormone to reach its destination. Duration, same thing. Nervous system is very quick. It's a quick response, very brief action. Endocrine, there again, it might be brief, but it might last a very long time. Even days, like it says. So if I look at these, here's a nerve cell. So neuron picks up information. The neurotransmitter is what carries stuff in the nervous system. And then the postsynaptic cell picks up that information. In your endocrine system, these glands are going to secrete their hormone. Typically, the bloodstream is the main fluid that hormones are carried in. Goes through the bloodstream, ends up at your target cell, wherever that may be. Your target cell is going to respond to the hormone, and other than that, it doesn't affect the cell other than the specific job that it's supposed to do. Endocrine glands. It is imperative that you know these glands and that you know where they're located. So pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, pancreas, pineal, reproductive glands, which are part of your endocrine system and your reproductive system. Thymus gland, and then there's other tissues that are actually part of it. So a couple of these we've talked about a little bit. The pituitary gland, when we talked about the skeletal system, we showed the spot where that fit. Pituitary gland is called the master gland. It's in your brain. Pineal gland is going to be behind that, very small. And then the hypothalamus is also part of your nervous system and your endocrine system. So you have three main parts that are in your brain. Thyroid is going to be in your neck region, and then parathyroid basically sits on top of that gland. Thymus is in the chest area. Your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys. So there's one on top of each kidney. The pancreas then secretes some hormones. Pancreas is also considered part of your digestive system. And then ovaries in a female and testes in a male are going to produce your sex-related hormones. And I'll stop there for a second.